The Hound of Mons. To everyone that suffered and was affected by the Oklahoma earthquake, we're thinking about you. In 1919, a number of Oklahoman newspapers published a terrifying story from a Canadian World War I veteran named Captain F.J. Newhouse. According to Newhouse, Allied soldiers in the trenches at Mons had found themselves hunted by a terrifying beast. It all started in 1914, when Captain Yesks of the London Fusiliers took 4 soldiers out into no man's land on patrol. When they didn't return, their concerned comrades thought they might have been intercepted by the Germans. But days later, their dead bodies were found just as they had been dragged down with teeth marks at the throats. From that point, things only got worse. Terrible howls echoed across the landscape and soldiers reported seeing strange movements beyond the barbed wire. Patrols into no man's land would be found horribly mauled, as if by some great beast. Then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the creature seemed to disappear again. The mystery was only resolved when a German scientist named Gottlieb Hochmuller was killed in a Berlin riot at the end of the war. Apparently, Hochmuller's papers revealed a dastardly plot to transfer a madman's brain into a giant Siberian wolfhound, which was subsequently released into no man's land. This was part of a series of experiments which Hochmuller hoped would end the war in Germany's favor. How even a very crazy dog was supposed to resolve a world war remains unclear. Interestingly, Captain Newhouse seems to have been a real soldier, but otherwise the story falls apart quite quickly. For one thing, there is no record of a scientist named Gottlieb Hochmuller, and there was definitely no Captain Yesks in the London Fusiliers. Yesks is actually a quite rare name in England, although it's much more common in Canada and America, suggesting that F.J. Newhouse probably made the whole thing up. The Battle of Mons is also well known for the legend of the Angels of Mons, in which angelic beings, most commonly in the form of medieval bowmen, appeared to protect British soldiers. The legend started with a short story by the horror writer Arthur Machen, which appeared in the London Evening News in 1914. The story was written in the style of a newspaper report and wasn't adequately labeled as fiction, prompting many people to believe it was real. The story soon took on a life of its own, to the point that people refused to believe Machen had made it up. As Machen later wrote, the snowball of rumor that was then set rolling has been rolling ever since, growing bigger and bigger, till it is now swollen to a monstrous size. Stay paranoid, my friends.